Sound recall and assembly, please. Color guard, post the colors. All rise for the flag of this great nation. Mr. Goldstein, have the senior high school band play Star Spangled Banner. Color guard, retire the colors. Remain standing, please. And Rabbi Michael Bernholz will give us the invocation.
Just 2 weeks ago, I received word that my grandfather, 98 years old, Saul Schneider, had died in the night, and my grandfather was a proud World War II veteran. And in Jewish tradition, what we do when you hear of the death of a loved one is you tear a small ribbon or a small article of clothing. It's a way of saying that the tapestry of life is torn, that not everything is whole and complete, that somebody you love has died. It's an outward sign that you are saying goodbye to someone you love. And then you stop and you say Kaddish, you say prayers praising God, prayers of memory over the course of a week or a month or a year, over the course of a lifetime, remembering special anniversaries and special days as a way of bringing that person's presence into the world, as a way of thanking God for that person's presence, and as a way of thinking about what that person did that shaped you and shaped the world, so that you can be inspired, so that you can be empowered to go and make this world a better place. As we are here on this Memorial Day, it's not one person, not simply my grandfather, it's so many people that served our country, some that gave their lives in the midst of war, others who've died since they returned from war. But that's why we gather here on this Memorial Day, in order to honor, to remember, With each of those deaths, a little piece of fabric, a little tapestry of somebody's life is torn. And how do we respond? Coming together on special days like this, stitch by stitch, act of honor by act of memory, bringing that tapestry back together so that it's stronger, so that it is more resilient, so that we can go forward creating a world of peace. I offer the words of Rabbi Roland Gittleson. With each of these statements, in each of these ways, we think about how we use this service and use our lives to honor the memory of those who gave theirs. At the rising of the sun and as it's going down, we remember. At the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember. At the blueness of the skies and the warmth of summer, we remember. At the rustling of the leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember. At the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember. For as long as we live, they too live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, when we are lost and sick at heart, when we have a joy we crave to share, when we have decisions that are difficult to make, when we have achievements that are based upon theirs, we remember them. As long as we live, they too live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. May we, with our hands, with our hearts, with the works that we do in this world, with this service today, may we all find a way of honoring, of remembering those who gave their lives and to those who served our country.
Please remain standing. The young man standing next to me is named Jason Lafernia. He's from Pack 525, and he was just upgraded to Tiger Cub. He will lead the assemblage in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please be seated. Someone mentioned that Vero Beach had a pretty good crowd there this morning at 8:30. Since this is 11 o'clock, they expected a bigger crowd, and we sure got one. Thanks for coming out today. First thing I'd like to do is say thank you to Michael Hyde of the U.S. Merchant Marine for providing some bagpipe music for us before the ceremony started. You'll hear him again later. And also, the program is prepared by Camille Willis, the spouse of Jack Willis, who's the District 11 VFW commander. In ancient times, the Greeks had a symbolic funeral every year to commemorate those who were lost in battle. Thank you for being here to commemorate the 1.2 million Americans who perished in battle since the Revolutionary War, and over 1.4 million who were wounded during that same period of time. Today's program will serve to remind us of how people react to different situations. It will be apparent as we go throughout the ceremony that this will be true. What I'd like to do now is to introduce our distinguished guests and visitors. First up, we have Joe Fletcher, County Commissioner, and his wife. And we have the mayor of this fine city, Richard Gilmore. Rome Adams is here as well. And Andrea Coy, thank you for being here. And I could have sworn I saw Bob McPartland and City Manager Joe Griffin here too. I've got to give a shout out to Joe Griffin. He and his boys have really done a really nice job on this park. We started out with a grassy knoll about 5 or 6 years ago. And right now we've got 2 monuments, we've got sidewalks, we have a memorial brick path here. And he assures me that before the next event we have here, we're going to have a new flagpole. So tell Joe thanks a lot. We got the head of the Four Chaplains Memorial Committee, Larry Wapnick, here taking photos and embarrassing me. U.S. Navy Armed Guard should be here from Fellsmere, Corky Corker. American Legion Commander, Post 189, Jerry Peel is here. Department of Florida Scout Chair, Wayne Newland. DFW District 11 Commander, Jack Willis. And DFW Post 10210 Senior Vice Commander, Chip Jensen is here as well. And he's acting as Honor Guard Commander today. Not to leave anybody out, we also have quite a few community unsung heroes amongst you today. They're not sitting here at the podium, but they're there with you. We're going to start out with probably the most important group of people that are here today. Those people are the ones that you entrust your children to. We've got leaders from 5 units of scouting here today. We've got Scout Group 599, 500, and 505, and Cub Scout Packs 589 and 505. Give them a big hand. We also had Master Gunnery Sergeant Jim O'Neill with his Junior ROTC Color Guard. They always come out and help us, and in turn, we feed all their freshmen in November during their boot camp. We also have the people that you entrust your children to in school. Ms. Pam Pavola is here from St. Peter's Academy, as well as Jack Hodge from the Sebastian River Middle School. They're both Americanism people, and they invite us to talk to their kids every chance that we get. And following in the traditions of Americans, we also have groups that do community service. This is in no particular order, but we have the American Legion Auxiliary here. We've got the Sons of the American Legion, who have taken it upon themselves to honor the graves of all of our veterans this weekend. They've been raising money for markers for these graves. And last I heard, they had identified over 250 graves in a cemetery in Winter Beach, which is not very close to here, but nobody else was doing it, so they said, well, let's do it. Their membership is up over 50 or 60 right now, and they've got the means to do that. We also have our Legion Riders here. We have the Honor Guard standing and sitting behind me here. They perform a community service for the most part in raising funds for scholarships, for flags, for the school awards at the end of the year. We start doing those tomorrow for 2 weeks in the local area. And probably the most important thing they do is provide burial honors for any veteran who passes and whose family requests final honors. These people are well into their 80s, retiring every day, but still with us, raising funds and doing whatever they did for a long, long time. Some of the other groups that are here, we have the Sebastian Elks, who also work with children and veterans groups. We have the Send Our Soldiers Cookies Women's Club here from Sebastian. Ladies, stand up, please. They're looking for volunteers to help them. And we also have a person here with which nothing would happen in this town unless she pushes a button. And I know that she's here someplace. Sally Mayo, the city clerk. Raise your hand, please. I just heard the city council say, yeah, thank God she's still here. And I'll also give a shout out to Walmart for bringing water to us for these occasions here. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, at this time, we're going to have the Sebastian River High School Band play us a tune. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice job, guys. Thank you. Without missing a beat, we'll go right into the
Remarks section, and first up will be Joe Fletcher, your County Commissioner.
Thank you, Colonel. I will be brief, only because I made the promise to the Colonel. It's warm out. You all are here. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that this is Sebastian. that those who served came here today, those who appreciate the privilege of living the life where those who served are here today. But the real matter is that the youth are here today to carry on the legacy, to ensure that we do not forget, that we remember Memorial Day. The flag is at half staff, and this is a Memorial Day. And I heard one too many times, Happy Memorial Day. It is not Happy Memorial Day. It's Respectful Memorial Day. Let me go back to a phrase, and you will have that respect. But let me go back to a phrase that was coined right after the horrific incident at 9/11 that changed the whole composition of our America, but not the resiliency of our America, because of those who serve. There was a phrase that we have referred to as all who have served. Some have given all, and all have given some. Well, Veterans Day is for the day that all who have given some, and Memorial Day is for those set aside who have given all. And we have to respect those who've given all, the ultimate sacrifice, so that we can be here today. So thank you all, but we must remember those who have given everything, sacrificed everything. So when you go home today and enjoy a little barbecue, or go out for a sale, or get a discount on a mattress, go to the stores, there's a lot of positive things going on, fishing out in the lagoon, just remember that there are some families that don't have the individuals that you have in your family because they have made that sacrifice so you can do that. That's right. And we have in our community a couple of Gold Star families. And I see some of you are standing up and some of you are sitting down. Could I ask if there's any Gold Star members to raise their hand and stand up for us? These are the individuals that have had the unfortunate opportunity to give us the ultimate sacrifice, that their son, their daughter, their husband, their wife have been sacrificed so that we can be here. Give them another round of applause, because we have to remember that today is for them and for us. So I close with respectful Memorial Day. God bless you all. Thank you.
And next up will be Sheriff Darrell Laura.
Thank you, Colonel. On behalf of the Indian River County Sheriff's Office and the law enforcement community, welcome and thank you for taking the time out of your beautiful Monday morning to spend your time with us. Very easily you could be doing an option of things, but it is indeed an honor for the guests that are here, as Commissioner mentioned, to see such a larger crowd. I think the city manager may have to get a bigger plot of land in the future, but this is awesome. You know, no other career parallels the rank and file of our military men other than law enforcement in our community. I stand before you today thanking you for remembering those that we've lost in battles. As the Colonel said, 1.2 million over the years. I'll tell you that in law enforcement since 1791, we've lost 20,000 law enforcement officers in the line of duty. Ladies and gentlemen, we are still at siege in America. Every day, we watch the newspaper, watch the videos, watch the TV, and it is the most fragile time in law enforcement history that I can recall. Every 58 hours in America, we lose a law enforcement officer in the line of duty. So from the law enforcement community to the service community, we certainly understand what is going on. Not long ago, the Colonel and I met with a group of folks at St. Peter's. And as the Commissioner said, the youth among us will carry us through. We need hope and prayer to get through that. God bless you and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sheriff. And now we'll have Mayor Richard Gilmore say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel. Well, I want to say good morning and welcome to all of you to Riverview Park, and I want to thank all of you for taking time out to honor those who have given their lives to keep us free. I'm honored to address you on such a hallowed day. You know, we do ourselves no favor when we forget the sacrifices that made America great. Those sacrifices go on even now as brave men and women in uniform are fighting the global war on terror. We pause today to remember all those who didn't come back safely to friends and family. For many, Memorial Day weekend will mark a 3-day weekend of fun and festivities and backyard cookouts. And I was in line the other day at Walmart, and there was someone in front of me who was buying $72 worth of ribs and corn and for his Memorial Day barbecue, and I kind of wanted to ask him where it was going to be, you know. But anyway, we have the freedom to have these festivities because of the sacrifices of so many Americans through the years. We have great attendance today, and you know, every year it gets bigger and bigger, and I don't know how many hundreds of people we have here in the park, but several hundreds for sure. But here in Cuba, an event like this would be attended not by hundreds, but by thousands of people. Because in Cuba, it's not optional. The government would send a bus to your street, and you would get on it. And you would come down to the park, and you would be waving a Cuban flag and acting patriotic. But Cuba, unlike America, is a totalitarian communist country. In Cuba, they have a national lottery. And if you're a winner, you get to leave. That's the prize. You get to leave Cuba. True story. You know, our community here at Sebastian is blessed to have a large population of veterans who have served their country in armed services. You've gone to war and you've kept us free. You all know the price of freedom because some of your buddies didn't make it back. You all know the price of freedom. Each Memorial Day, the crowds here grow, and we see more and more young people show up, and that's wonderful because what that means is that the baton is being passed from one generation faithfully to another. And that's important, for we must remember those who gave their lives to secure our freedom. This day, I would suggest that you take time to visit our cemetery that's across from Walmart, to see all the flags proudly waving across the graves of all the veterans who've passed away. It will give you pause and set the proper tone for this day, a day of remembrance. God bless you and God bless America.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate that. And now we have Sebastian Chief of Police, Michelle Norris.
Thank you. And I want to thank city staff, especially Joe Griffin, our city manager, for ordering this beautiful weather. And the wind, because at least it's not too hot. Excuse me, I was advised it was the council that passed the resolution. Thank you, sir. As I was getting ready for today, I came across a poem that I thought so eloquently expressed why we're here today. This poem is written by Jim Pemberton, and it's entitled, "This Memorial Day." We salute every soldier who served this great nation and offer a heart of thanks and appreciation. We salute each member of our armed forces and are thankful for their efforts and resources. We salute the many who protect our borders too. We'd be in trouble if not for people like you. We salute every son and daughter lost in a war. You are what serving this country is meant for. We salute the officers who've guided our women and men. Our prayers are with you and our love from within. We salute our veterans wherever they may be, those who served on land, air, and sea. Offering prayer to the Lord is our belief that he will guide our commander-in-chief. As we observe Memorial Day this year, let's offer our soldiers love, hope, and cheer. May God bless them in all they endeavor, and His peace be with them today and forever. Thank you, and have a safe Memorial Day.
Thank you, Chief. To follow up with what I told you to start out with, the following is going to be a brief history lesson on the poem In Flanders Fields. It was early spring in 1915. You're Major John McRae, son of Scottish immigrants to Canada. You're an artillery officer, as well as a medical doctor and a poet. You're somewhere on the Western Front, and you've experienced the horrors of modern warfare, where for the first time, tanks, aircraft, heavy machine guns and artillery, and gas attacks were employed against fellow human beings. And you've gazed upon the muddy, lime-infused fields to mask the odors of insanity, where nothing grows except the hardy red poppy. You've also realized that 19th century tactics, including mass and frontal attacks and retreating to the relative safety of trenches and barbed wire, are no match for those high-tech weapons. Due to that, losses on both sides would eventually amount to over 25 million military and civilian casualties over 4 years. And that's a conservative estimate. So it's no wonder that some historians opine that military planners, they call them headquarters weenies these days, guided by inflexible civilian superiors, the headship these days, were slow to adapt to the changing face of warfare. They wrote, among other less than complimentary quotes, that our forces were composed of lions, but they were led by donkeys. If you have ever been in the service, and I see a great deal of you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And on 2 May 1915, you witnessed the death of your best friend, Lieutenant Alexis Helmer, during the Second Battle of Ypres, during which gas was used for the first time on the Western Front. Ypres is in the Flanders district of the Flemish western part of Belgium. So on 3 May 1915, exactly 100 years ago, you sat down and composed the following poem. Can I have Ms. Kinlan and Ms. Box, please? These ladies who are going to be reading the poem are Ms. Shar Kinlan, President of the American Legion Auxiliary, and Sigrid Box, Gold Star wife and member of the VFW Ladies Auxiliary.
Thank you. The poem is titled In Flanders Fields. It was written by Lieutenant Colonel John McRae, Canadian 1st Brigade Artillery. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, belt dawn. Saw sunset glow, loved, and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you. From failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. Thank you.
Thank you, lady. There's a follow-up to that. After the war, American professor and humanitarian Boyne Michael conceived the idea of using poppies as a remembrance symbol for those who served in World War I. Inspired by John McRae's poem, she vowed to always wear a red poppy. Another result was that she penned this response to In Flanders Fields. This will be read by Master Sergeant, United States Army retired Andrea Coy, City Council member.
I just have to say how proud I am of all of you. I look out here and it's just awesome to see these faces. So many of you. So many faces. Young faces, old faces, new faces, and no parking spot. Yay, Sebastian, that's a good thing when there's no parking for Memorial Day. I'm proud of that. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and taking time. This is called We Shall Keep the Faith by Moina Michael. Oh, you who sleep in Flanders fields, sleep sweet to rise anew. We caught the torch you threw, and holding high we keep the faith with all who died. We cherish, too, the poppy red that grows on fields where valor led. It seems to signal to the skies that blood of heroes never dies, but lends a luster to the red of the flower that blooms above the dead in Flanders fields. And now the torch and poppy red we wear in honor of our dead. Fear not that ye have died for naught. We'll teach the lesson that ye wrought in Flanders field. Please remember our lost military husbands, wives, sons, daughters. On your way out, we'll see some people with buckets and a poppy. Take a moment, give a buck or change or whatever you have, and donate. The Legion is here selling poppies. Is that correct? They better be. I saw at least one bucket. This is the time to do it. So thanks again for coming.
So subsequently, Moina Michael taught classes of disabled veterans. Realizing the need to provide financial and occupational support for them, she originated the idea of selling red silk poppies as a means of raising funds to assist these disabled veterans. And in 1921, the American Legion Auxiliary adopted the poppy idea as a symbol of remembrance for war veterans. The practice of poppy sales continues to this day. You stole my thunder. With the Veterans of Foreign Wars Ladies Auxiliary also participating. These funds assist disabled veterans who produce these poppies as a form of occupational therapy. Please join me in a well-deserved tribute to these wonderful, civically minded organizations. Ladies, come on, get up. AFW and American Legion Auxiliaries. Thank you. We have the Sebastian High School Band. Another one for us. Thank you. Mr. Hyde, prepare for the wreath laying, please.
That loud. Oh man.
Please remain standing. At this time, we'll have a moment of silence to remember the fallen and to silently say thanks to the survivors. Comrade Fled Lors will commence to ring the bell. Honor Guard Commander, prepare for the veteran salute. At this time, Pastor Dave Newhart and Legion Rider will give us the benediction.
Thank you, Colonel. Thank you everyone for being here. It is a great day in which we do celebrate those who have sacrificed their lives for us. In my hand I have a patch which will be on my vest at some time. It says 7%er. There's only 7% of this great nation who have served their military to defend our freedoms. And 1.2 million of those have given their lives for us. It's important for us to continue to share the reason why we have our freedoms with our youth. I have a grandson visiting me this weekend. They're at the beach. But it is my duty to share why he can go to the beach, the service that others have given and given their lives. I think about a couple quotes that I would like to just read with you and share with you today before I give the benediction. One of them is by Francis A. Walker. He says, "We come not to mourn the dead soldiers, but to praise them." We praise them because of the freedom that we have. Another one is written by Pete Hegseth. He says, "Memorial Day isn't just about honoring veterans. It's honoring those who lost their lives. Veterans had the fortune of coming home. For us, that's a reminder of when we come home, we still have the responsibility to serve. It's a continuation of service that honors our country and those who fell defending it." Henry Ward Beecher wrote, "They hover as a cloud of witnesses above this great nation." And finally, Thomas Campbell wrote this. He said, "The patriot's blood is the seed of freedom's tree." They have given their lives for us, and we need to carry on that memory of those and share that with others, share it with our youth, so that we never lose the cost of freedom, and they never lose the cost of freedom. For the benediction, please remove your hats, your covers, if you will. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed art thou, Lord our God, King of the universe. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto you and lift his countenance upon you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And for our finale, we got Miss Debbie Hanford to do God Bless America for us. Feel free to join in.
Please join me. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless you.
That was great. Thank you. Yeah, grab a seat for a second. I'm not done yet. We've still got about 2 minutes. I'm going to issue a challenge today. I see lots of faces out there that are proud to be wearing colors, their Air Force, their Army, their Navy, Coast Guard, Marine Corps, caps, T-shirts, etc. I don't recognize any of you. What I'm going to do is say the American Legion and the VFW both are having open houses today. It's about a quarter of a mile that way. Plenty of parking, plenty of food, plenty of camaraderie. and for everybody that signs up to be a member of those posts today after 12 o'clock, not before, I'll give $2 to each post to be used for veterans programs, children's programs, or however they see fit. So we'll see you over there. It starts right now. Don't be in a hurry. There's plenty of food, plenty of drink, and plenty of camaraderie. Glad to see you all here today. The young people go to the American Legion. That's where your food and drink are. Appreciate you being here. We'll see you on 9/11.